thank God for today. The question for today is, will you, as a sincere Christian, marry somebody that is divorced? It's a very good question. If you ask me, Uche Favor, if you are not married and you are maybe 50 years old, even 45, and a man comes to you and he tells you he's divorced, Uche Favor, will you marry him? My answer is no. My answer is no. I'd rather be single. And I'll tell you why. As long as his wife, his ex-wife, is still walking on the face of the earth, I don't want to put myself in that situation. See, as a Christian, we are more about reconciliation in the body of Christ. So, sometimes a wife might walk away from a man, but she can become born again later and say, oh, I must return back to my husband. Now, if I've married that man that is divorced, I'm standing in the way for her to come back to her home. And vice versa. I'm just giving you the reasons why I would not personally marry somebody that is divorced. And then number two, when people break up, sometimes there is a smear campaign. So a man can tell me, oh, my wife was bad and she was a witch and she was evil and she was cheating. And guess what? Maybe nothing like that happened. That's his version of the story. Maybe she's a very good woman. He just wanted to check out. Maybe she's the one that was victimized. How am I going to know the truth of the events that took place when I was not there? How can I rely on word of mouth of what the man told me? And vice versa. This can be maybe a man trying to marry a divorced woman. She might say, my husband was this and it was that and it was this. And the man might have been a very good man. And then the next point is sometimes people would start carrying rumors that you are the one that broke that marriage. I'm talking of friends and association. Oh, he was probably dating that woman. That's why his marriage broke. I don't want my name to be in that kind of situation. And then there's also another part of it where sometimes couples are still together. They might have been separated by immigration for 20 years, 30 years, but they're still married. And in the weak point, one person might feel like, maybe I should go remarry and all that. But his wife is still crying and waiting for him. And I don't want to be the reason why another woman is shedding tears. As a man, as a Christian man, you don't want to be the reason why another man is shedding tears, saying, I don't know when my wife will come back to me. This is happening. So with that being said, I personally will not engage in marrying a divorced person. And this is not judging. I'm not criticizing. I'm just telling you how I feel, what I believe as a sincere Christian. Heaven is my goal and not marriage. And there's also another point where couples reconcile. Some people divorce and remarry back. I've heard so many stories where, oh, they filed for a divorce and then they got married back. And the last thing you want to be is the one standing while they cannot marry back. So somebody will argue with me that, well, the divorced person that came to you is God's blessing. I'm not going to make that argument. I'm telling you that I have a personal conviction that as a child of God, just leave it. And then this is why some people are in polygamy today. This is true life story. This is not, I'm not making this up. This man and his wife had a very big quarrel. Wife went separate way for some years, and the man now married another woman. And now the wife came back. So now the man has two wives. And because he's still her husband, and she's comfortable with polygamy. So that is how some people now, a man can have 3 wives because of this. And now children are involved. So with all I've said, I will not participate in it. I will not encourage it in the body of Christ. There's also another thing of the bitterness of the association. Those who know the first wife, they know the man with the first wife, or they know the woman with that first husband, and they kind of know what transpired. They don't move on. There are churches where the pastor say, I now have a new wife. And some members are still like, what happened to the mama of the church? So somebody else has come in happily. And it's just like, or if a woman goes to bring a new husband and the associations are like, so it does something in the body of Christ. But like I said, I'm not going to judge. Judgment is for God. But personally, if somebody asks me, Uche, will you engage in marriage to somebody that is divorced? My answer will be no, as a sincere Christian. God bless you and bye.